see today, which is a preview for Forza Motorsport. Now, we're not giving this an official title. This is a vertical slice. It's a work in progress. We've worked on a lot of things since we basically put Forza Motorsport, well actually before we even shipped Forza Motorsport, frankly, we carved off a team. We got Kinect sensors, and we asked them to go experiment with what's possible with the Kinect sensor. How do you want to rethink how people interact with cars? So I don't know how many of you are familiar with, kind of the history of Forza. I know Brian's quite familiar. This is our 5-year anniversary, and we feel pretty proud of where we've come in the last 5 years. Our goal has been to innovate in the racing space, and we feel good about where we've gone. Had the livery editor, the auction house, the storefront. We put in a green line. It was adopted widely by racing games. And we look at our competitors. We look at Codemasters. We look at Need for Speed. And we do things like camera animation and rewind. So our goal is to always say, look, we're going to take the best features from all over, and then we're going to innovate broadly and do some huge, huge advances to bring the whole thing along. Well, Kinect was amazing for us, because all of a sudden there was an entire new ballpark to go play in and make mistakes and try new things and experiment. And what you're going to see is a little bit of what we found. We've got a lot more demos as well that we didn't bring. These are two that just kind of illustrate what we're thinking.
Yeah, I think Dan showed some of that off, some of the zoom in stuff. So again, Kinect is picking up all the subtle movements of you, including the distance from it as well. So we'll show off a lot more of that when we get to the car experience. But even in the driving experience, kind of giving what it's like to actually be in a cockpit and be able to look around and explore. Do we have a concept of difficulty levels? I think that's something we always want to try to do. I mean, if you look at our career system in Forza 3, right, we have all different types of scalars, right? If you turn assists on, if you turn them off, it's more difficult. In this one, no. We really want to just to nail that immersive experience right away. But it's something that we've always done.
So in the racing experience, you're kind of, you're in the cockpit, you're very limited. But here, I've got full range. I can walk up to the car, I can walk back, I can go around the car, I can lean to go faster. The entire car all around is open for me to explore. I can go around to the front. Not only, obviously this tracking, I can actually go down, can check out the finer details. I can lean to kind of scope out the parts of the car. Again, once we got this basic functionality, and it was just so exciting to us, right? Because it's like, wow, all of a sudden, I don't have to manually choose all these parts. I'm actually being able to walk up and see the things that I want to see.
The biggest analogy to be drawn that we took to heart as a team was thinking about each car as its own level. When you sort of think of the car the power of 10, that if you're going down a level, down a level, down a level, down a level, when you get to the level of detail we're capturing here, every car is completely unique. I mean, the difference between a 325 and a 335 or 328 is very different even at this level. So when you look at the difference between a Ferrari and Lamborghini, it's a huge difference. And we wanted the player to be able to explore the car and find kind of interesting tidbits and delight around every corner where they're like, oh, so it's more like a power-up in Crackdown, that you're searching and searching for it.
So what we've done is we've built what we call our points of interest system. So when I raise my hand, all of a sudden these points highlight to me to kind of highlight the cool, interesting things about the car, right? And these are all car specific, right? So these are things that will only be detailed about this car.
Engineered in collaboration with 7-time Formula One world champion.
So again, we have all these different points of interest. We talk about the brakes, the lights, the engine, but we also wanted the players to be able to dissect the car, right? So being able to open up the door, open up the trunk, open up the hood, really tear this car apart. The analogy used is from like the movie Big. Tom Hanks is in the limo and he's pressing buttons and he's doing all this. He's really excited about this. It's his first time in this thing. We want people to have that same experience. So again, like the outside, I've got full control. I can actually kind of look in. I can check out the center console, the dash. I can check out the Manettino dial. Again, it's all these little intricacies that you probably wouldn't normally notice, right? You can now kind of just sit and dissect like you could had you been inside a real car. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never actually been in a 458, so it's actually kind of exciting to see all the little intricate details.